Hello, this is going to be a short video about making and engaging in small talk in Canada. So let's get started. So first of all, small talk is what we would call a short conversation, often with someone we are meeting for the first time or an acquaintance that we see from time to time, but do not know really well. Small talk in Canada. So let's begin with greetings. If you are meeting a new person, you will likely greet him or her with a handshake or no form of physical touch at all. It would be seen as out of the ordinary to hug or kiss someone when first meeting them here. With new people, we generally begin by introducing ourselves and often by giving our first name only. If it's a more formal situation, we may give our full name and possibly refer to the other person by Mr. or Mrs. and last name. In informal situations, we usually go by first name only. When talking with someone we have met before, we generally begin with something like, "Hi, it's nice to see you again. How are you? Hi, how are things going? Hello, what's new?" Some hints for good small talk. Be friendly and easygoing. Maintain eye contact with talking to someone. Don't brag about yourself or sound arrogant. And don't stand too close. Stay out of the other person's personal space. In Canada, we tend to like a few feet of distance between ourselves and the person that we are speaking with. Safe topics. In Canada, unlike some other cultures, we tend to focus on the person we are speaking to first and perhaps bring their family into the conversation later. In some cultures, it is common to open a conversation with, "Hi, how's your family?" Here, we usually ask how the person is, what's new in their life, and maybe bring up something related to the place of meeting. For example, if you are meeting someone new at a wedding, "So, how do you know the bride?" Or a sporting event, "Do you come to this sports event often?" Or in your workplace, "Did you just start working here?" Other safe topics that you might discuss include the weather, pop culture, for example, music that you enjoy, new movies, TV shows, books, travel, current news stories, provided that they are not too controversial, sports, food, work, and quite possibly family. However, in relation to family, do not ask the following questions. Why aren't you married yet? Why don't you have any kids? When are you going to have children? Are you only having one child? Are you pregnant? There are several reasons for not asking these questions. First, you shouldn't assume that the person wants to get married or have kids. Many people here are perfectly happy being single And some people choose not to have children, which is widely accepted in Canadian society. Second, the person may really want children, but is unable to have any, or may really want to get married, but hasn't found the right person yet. Bringing it up might upset them. Third, asking about a pregnancy could be very embarrassing if the person isn't actually pregnant. Topics to avoid, or in other words, things you should not talk about with new people. If you are meeting someone new or are talking to someone you don't know very well, you should probably avoid the following topics. Money. So for example, we would not ask someone, so how much money do you make at that job? That would not be acceptable. Religion, their age. In Canada, it's not polite to ask someone's age unless they are a child. Their health. Most people don't like to discuss their personal health conditions with people they don't know and trust well. The state of your marriage or relationship. So you are not going to ask someone you don't know well if their marriage is working well or how they get along with their partner. Those are questions, of course, friends may discuss and ask, but not new people or acquaintances. And you may want to stay away from controversial social topics. Some examples might be the laws, abortion, the death penalty, drugs, etc. Okay, so where or with whom do we engage in small talk? It might be when we're meeting someone new. Maybe that is someone at a party, or a friend of a friend or family member, a new coworker. Maybe it's an acquaintance we see from time to time, but don't know well. So for example, another parent at the children's soccer practice. Maybe you see them a couple of times a month, but you don't know them well. Your hairstylist, receptionists at the doctor's office, for example, neighbors, grocery store clerks, coworkers in your office lunchroom. And just a note at the bottom, if you know someone well and trust him or her, there may be no topics that are off limits. We usually do discuss politics, controversial issues, our health, etc., with our close friends and family members. So let's just review that quickly. So again, small talk just means short conversations between people who are just meeting for the first time or are acquaintances. They are not new to one another, but are not friends. Begin possibly with a handshake or no physical contact. It is not considered normal to hug and kiss new people or acquaintances in Canada. Introduce yourself. In an informal situation, first name is best. In a formal situation, you will probably give first name and last name. Usually we'll say something general, such as, "Hi, it's nice to see you again. How are you?" Always maintain eye contact, take turns. You shouldn't be giving all of the information and talking only about yourself, or you may sound arrogant. And leave some personal space between yourself and the other person. You will probably want to choose a safe topic. We may discuss family a little bit later in the conversation, but in Canada, generally our first question is about this person we are speaking with, not, "Hi, how is your family?" These are some topics that are very simple, non-controversial, and are likely not going to lead to any strong emotions or disagreements. Weather, pop culture, travel, news, sports, food, work, and family. But with family, don't ask why the person isn't married, doesn't have kids, only has one child. Those are personal questions that they may not be comfortable answering at that time. Topics you will probably want to avoid unless you are speaking with friends or family: money, religion, age, health, your relationship or marriage, and controversial social topics. Some places that we often engage in small talk might be receptionists at the doctor's or the dental clinic, some of your neighbors, some of your coworkers that you don't know very well, or people we are meeting for the first time. And again, these rules do not apply if we are talking to close friends or family members, because in that case, people discuss almost anything. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.